Have you ever wondered how one of the greatest collections of ancient knowledge simply vanished without a trace? In the 7th century, a Chinese monk named Xuanzang embarked on a perilous 17-year journey across deserts, mountains, and war-torn lands, all in search of sacred Buddhist wisdom. What he returned with was nothing short of legendary: hundreds of scrolls, rare manuscripts, and texts never before seen in China. But somewhere between his triumphant return and the centuries that followed, some of the most important of these texts disappeared. What happened to the lost scrolls of Xuanzang? Xuanzang was no ordinary traveler. At a time when travel outside the Chinese Empire was forbidden, he defied the Tang Dynasty and set off alone to India, the birthplace of Buddhism. His mission? To collect authentic scriptures and understand Buddhism at its source. He crossed the treacherous Taklamakan Desert, survived freezing Himalayan passes, and navigated through hostile kingdoms. After years of struggle, Xuanzang reached Nalanda University, India's great Buddhist center of learning. There he studied with renowned scholars, mastering Sanskrit and absorbing the most advanced philosophical and spiritual teachings of his time. When he finally returned to China in 645 CE, he brought with him 657 Sanskrit texts and over 520 sacred relics. The Tang Emperor welcomed him as a hero. A massive translation effort began in the capital, Chang'an. Xuanzang spent the rest of his life translating dozens of scrolls, introducing Mahayana and Yogacara philosophy to Chinese Buddhism. His legacy transformed East Asian spirituality forever. But here's where the mystery begins. Despite detailed records of the scrolls Xuanzang brought back, many of them are now lost, not misplaced, completely vanished. Some were never translated. Others seem to have disappeared from libraries, temples, and imperial archives without explanation. Were they destroyed in war, lost in fires that consumed monasteries during political upheavals, or perhaps hidden away, just waiting to be rediscovered? Throughout China's long and turbulent history, countless cultural treasures have been lost, especially during periods of repression such as the fall of the Tang Dynasty, the Mongol invasions, and later during the Cultural Revolution. Some historians believe the scrolls were intentionally hidden to protect them. Others suggest they may have been smuggled out of China either during Xuanzang's lifetime or centuries later, ending up in private collections or foreign archives. There are even whispers of hidden caves in the remote Dunhuang region, like the famous Mogao caves where thousands of ancient texts were sealed away and only rediscovered in the early 20th century. Could Xuanzang's missing scrolls still be hidden in such a forgotten chamber, buried beneath sand and silence? Even today, scholars are searching ancient libraries, exploring ruins and analyzing fragments, all in hopes of finding traces of Xuanzang's missing treasures. Every single discovery brings us just a bit closer to solving the mystery, but you know, it also tends to raise even more questions. Why were some of the most significant texts Xuanzang risked his life to obtain never seen again? Was their disappearance just a tragic accident? Or maybe a deliberate act meant to suppress dangerous knowledge? The story of Xuanzang is really one of faith, courage, and intellectual pursuit. But the fate of his lost scrolls still remains one of the greatest historical enigmas of the ancient world. Could the truth be lying in wait, just one discovery away? This is Epic Time Journeys.